Well, Zach? What did you think these chapters were about?
Well, it was mainly about like playing football
and like the games after Toby joined.
Yeah. And Sophie, what was your favorite part of the?
I would say probably the game when Toby joined and then they just started winning the games and made it on the board.
Well, that was one of my favorite parts too.
I like that part too.
So, did anyone have an inference?
My inference is that Toby will, I forget what it's called. Do you know? Toby will. Do you know?
Yeah. I think I have an inference that someone will do something about Toby's dad.
Yeah.
Because it probably gets a little annoying to hear someone in the middle of the game when you're trying to concentrate yell at the top of their lungs, "Play better!"
Yeah, I thought that was pretty mean of his dad. I think his
dad
pushes him. I think his dad pushes him because, when he said his football career was over when he's hurt well, maybe he wants his son to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I think it's
like what he never got to do, he wants his son to do.
Yeah, I think it's what normal parents are. If they don't get to finish what they want to do, they want to push the kid to do it, even if it's not what they want to do.
That's what my parents do.
My parents don't do that.
Yeah, for connection in band, I want to play the violin. I don't want to be in band, but my dad, he wants me to follow in his footsteps, and everyone in my family must play in band. We can't play an orchestra because he wants us to go on trips. And so I have to do what he did.
What do you play?
I play baritone. Still want to play violin. Do any of you have connections?
I have a connection with Toby and how he plays. Well, do you think Toby has a crush on Hannah? I don't know.
I think.
You mean Will?
Yeah.
Will. Yeah. Because
not Toby, but Will.
Do you think?
Yeah, because they both really like football.
Yeah. Do you think? When Will said "I like you," did he mean when Hannah said "I like you," do you think she meant like or like?
I think like. I think like. Well, I think they both like each other. They're just too afraid to say.
Yeah.
Or I think they both like each other, but they don't want to believe it.
I'm reading a book and Divergent.
Oh, I love that book. I saw the movie.
There's a girl named Triss.
Would be Triss.
Or Triss. And she and there's a guy named Al, and he likes Al. In one of the chapters, he put his arm around Triss.
Yeah.
Like boyfriend and girlfriend would do. And I think that Al likes I know that Al likes Alex Triss. It's just Triss doesn't want if they break up or anything, Triss doesn't want them to not be friends anymore. So you just sorry, this is a little embarrassing, but I do know that Triss does like 4, so.
Yeah.
I think 4 likes Triss, too. I'm in the middle of the book.
Oh, I read it.
But right now we're talking about Underdog, so let's get back to that. So, Zach, did you have a question or?
I wanted to know why Hannah really liked football.
Maybe it's because she's good at it and it's a sport you can play. She has her own interests in sports.
Yeah.
You can like football.
I like football too. It's just my parents. Well, of course they wouldn't let me play
I like
with
football.
boys. I think there should be a girl team for football. I think there should be football doesn't just have to be for boys. girls can play too. And then, like,
Yeah.
for baseball, I know they had to just make a sport for girls once they made
Yeah, and it was
softball.
softball.
Yeah, but I think baseball,
It's not fair.
girls
We should be able
can
to
play
play.
girls can play baseball.
We should be on boys'
Yeah.
teams too. And
So I think anybody can like football. It's just
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. So.
like I like football, and I'm sure my little brother would be great at it, but we're not allowed to play. It's too rough. Well, tackle football at least. But I like it. I'm terrible at it, but I like it.
Okay, so Zach.
What?
What do you think was something big that happened in the chapters?
Well, I think that it was big that Hannah wanted to play with the boys.
That was in the other chapters. I mean, these chapters, the current chapters.
Anything like? Well, I thought that was big too. Like Hannah was like, "Oh, can I play with you guys?"
I think Tim moving was big, because
Oh yeah.
Tim is like Will's brother, and Will just probably won't like living there as much without Tim. And now they're back to 11 players.
And they do need way more players.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of good that Hannah was joining the team.
Yeah.
Because it means more players.
Yeah, they need to recruit more players. I have a connection with that. So I have for softball, I have B team. I'm on the B team, and they needed to recruit more players. So I was recruited for the B team, and Allie, she's on my softball team, and she recruited a lot of players, and the team needs to be a lot of recruiting too, or else they can't play. So yeah. Okay, so
Visualize. I visualize the football games and like the plays.
I visualized when her dad was yelling. His dad was yelling
Yeah.
at
Yeah, I
him.
can like imagine at the top of the bleachers, no one's sitting around him, and he just like yelling at the top of his lungs.
Go, be better.
No, do you know the game has started? Play defense.
Yeah, I can imagine like his dad just yelling, "Go, go!" play
Very
better."
supportive dad.
Very supportive.
The perfect dad you could ever have.
So,
Never met a more supportive one.
but do you guys like this book so far?
Yeah.
I love it.
I thought that since it's a football book, it won't be good and it'll be like a boy book. But now, like after I've read most of it, I realized that I really like it. And it's not just a boy book, but it's a book about believing and not giving up.
Yeah.
And I think that like how he had to get the sponsor or whatever to.
Yeah. So I think I have a prediction. I think they're gonna make it into. I think
A movie.
Yeah.
no, this is probably a movie already, or will be. I think they're gonna make it into the championship, and New Balance comes to see, and like they do something and like put it on the internet. Or I think that the shoe company might get back in business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do think that they will make it into a movie if it's not in a movie already, because this is a really good book, and I think it'd be a lot of life lessons that kids should know. And a lot of kids don't want to read books; they want to watch movies.
Yeah. But even if there was a movie, or if there already is, it won't be as good as the book.
Yeah, because you have to picture it in this, but in movies you don't, and so you just like look at it and you don't get the meaning as much. Like you probably won't get as big of a meaning and they're probably gonna cut some important parts out.
And we should start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
So
Wait, how much time?
yeah. And so I think that this book is really good, and I think that it should turn into a movie.
Yeah, I think that this is a life lesson. It has a life lesson in it. It's even when things look impossible, don't give up, because it's always always be a good
when things
side.
look impossible, it could not be impossible. It
You
could
just have
be.
to believe.
We're done.